Hello, I'm Thomas Laurie, and I'll be doing my first ever screencast-o-matic on our 3SB orientation, which was last Thursday, August 22nd, 2019. And I'll just be covering a lot of the materials and information that was discussed at the orientation. So we started off by getting a lot of information and material about our cohort leaders, Professor Ginsberg and Professor Stewart. One thing that I picked up from them on the first day was just how passionate and enthusiastic they are about teaching itself, and hopefully that can rub off on all of us as a class. After that, they had us do an activity where we found people around us and we got to know them a little bit more too as well. Next, we did a panel discussion where Professor Ginsberg and Stewart had some of their recent 3SBers come into the class and kind of explain some of their experiences in the program. It was really helpful and eye-opening. They discussed some of the difficulties that they encountered, such as the dance coach and how she was able to drive up and down, and as long as she worked hard enough, she was able to still coach and be able to do that. And she's a social science, which is what my major is too, so it was kind of encouraging for me, and it showed me that an example that I could still coach. And then another thing that I also thought that was pretty thing that I picked up on too was understanding that us as teachers are guests in the guide classroom. And then we kind of went to lunch, broke for lunch, and then when we came back, we kind of we discussed the teaching credential program handbook and what that kind of entailed, such as the standards, expectations, like what we were learning in the classroom needs to be translated into our student teaching. The policies and the resources that are available to us, and such as what attendance is, that we need to be at class all the time, our grade needs to stay over a 3.0, and then where to go if we need any support. We also discussed some of what the student teaching would entail and how that goes about how we get a student teacher. We can make suggestions, but we're not always going to get the teachers that we prefer, and just kind of the relationship that we need to build with the teachers, and how we have a support team available to us and that we need to use. Another thing was the evaluation of our student teaching. We're going to have the guide teachers fill out paperwork and forms, and we need to make sure we're staying on top of all of that. And then lastly was the EdTPA, and Professor Ginsberg and Professor Stewart really stressed how important the EdTPA was, what's going on with it, when we're going to be taking it, like in our third semester, and then how that we need to perform with it and why it's important. So that's going to do it for my first screencast-o-matic. Thank you guys for listening. Have a great day.